Customers aren't loyal to a corporation or a logo. They're loyal to people. Every corporate success story, Mercedes-Benz, Disney, the Phil Delgado agency, is a story about people. Branding is no different. A brand's value is directly related to consistency in product, exceeding client expectations. The best businessmen understand that their product is the feeling clients receive as a result of doing business with them or their company. The challenge? Pleasing people is not easy. Or is it? It's all about communication. Every relationship hinges on communication. What I want, what you want, what I promise, what you promise. To be successful in business, we have to learn to communicate effectively. People want to know 3 things about us: what we do, how we do it, and why. So let's give it to them. The first question asked at a networking event or family gathering is always, "Hey, what do you do?" Or, "What are you doing now?" How should we answer? Rule number 1, don't state our profession. When someone asks me what I do, I never say insurance agent, and you won't say realtor, lender, plumber, hairstylist, etc. What I say is, I add value to realtor and lender transactions using home and auto insurance policies. Here's how we get there. Take everything you do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis and write it down. Your sacrifices: missed soccer games, skipped workouts, rice and beans for dinner. Your attention to detail: proofreading, rehearsing, recording, and listening to phone calls, following systems and processes. Executing: waking up at 5 a.m., taking action. Yep, write it all down. Your prospecting: cold calls, SOI calls, initiating conversations with strangers, and following up, because fortune is in the follow-up. And discipline: all this is what you really do. But you can't say all that when someone asks you what you do for a living. Ask yourself this: what's the result of everything I do? What's the result of my sacrifice, attention to detail, execution, prospecting, following up? The result? That's what we do. The end result for me at the Phil Delgado agency is I add value to realtor and lender transactions using home and auto insurance policies. The second thing people want to know is how we do what we do. They ask about our jobs, our careers. Is it hard? How long have you been doing that? How do you do that? How I built one of the top referral-based Goosehead insurance agencies in America is with my 3 core principles. I promise a responsive, responsible, professional insurance experience. That's how I do it. I'm responsive, responsible, and professional. Responsive means quick quote turnaround. Responsible means I only sell quality coverage. And professional means I deliver an educational insurance experience. To find your first core principle, ask yourself, what is mandatory for success in my field? If I don't do this, my business will fail guaranteed. For your second core principle, ask, what is the industry lacking? Offer that. Differentiating ourselves from the competition is my number 2 rule in business. Our third core principle is our God-given superpower. We're all born with a unique superpower. Ask yourself, what competitor weakness is my greatest strength? I was raised to say, yes sir, no sir, look 'em in the eye, shine your shoes. Went to UT Austin Business School. I enjoy carrying myself as a professional and don't have to try hard at it. That's my third core principle. If the Phil Delgado agency had a label of benefits, it would be responsive, responsible, professional. It's how we do what we do. The last thing people want to know is why. Why do we do what we do? This answer is spiritual. Digging deep will yield a why that attracts loyal customers and creates a feeling of belonging amongst them. I couldn't clearly communicate my why until I read Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why. I paired his teaching on branding with my personal experiences growing up and found that my why at the Phil Delgado agency is to make our realtor and lender partners look like all-stars. Growing up, I was mischievous, getting into trouble here and there. As a result, I was always performing to win back the approval of my father. Add a dash of insecurity as a skinny kid with big ears and validation. Approval became something that I thought I had to earn. But in Genesis 50:20, the word says, what the enemy meant for evil, God meant for good. The falling, getting back up, working hard, serving, pleasing others, that's my why today, to make our partners look like all-stars. I said in the beginning that every relationship hinges on communication. It's time to pay attention to the quality of our communication. What exactly are we saying? Are we speaking broken English, incomplete sentences? Or is everything we say consistent with what we do, how we do it, and why? If we want people to fall deeply in love with our businesses, we have to tell a never-ending story. We have to communicate often and effectively. That means clear messages with meaning. So what do you do? How do you do it? And why?